All right, what is up, everybody? Welcome into today's edition of In the Game. I am your host, Hustle. As always, we're going to be diving into the markets. We've seen quite a nice bounce over, I would say, the last 2, 3, 4 days here on Bitcoin. As we were in those high to mid 55 levels, now we're back above 62,000. We even were at 64,000 as early as this morning. But today, I'm going to go over why. And we've had this conviction on this channel during this dip. This dip was definitely justified after the big ETF run up, but why this is the biggest opportunity to stack up these tokens, as well as, set yourself up for a generational shift. I mean, the money transfer, the wealth transfer that's going to occur this cycle, you want to front run that. And there's still so many opportunities. I mean, altcoins are really not moving yet. So as Bitcoin starts to find its footing and maybe starts hitting that post-halving climb, you want to be positioned. We'll go over what I'm looking at in this edition of In the Game. As always, let's get in the game. All right, and as always, guys, drop down, hit that like button, and subscribe to the channel. We just hit 96K. We're trying to hit that 100K mark. Help us push to 100,000 subscribers. Links down below in the description as well for all of our sponsors here on In the Game. We have Vulcan, 𝗨𝗟𝗧𝗥𝗢𝗏, Dreams Quest, Game Starter, NordVPN, 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, Moon Tropica, 𝗨𝗟𝗧𝗥𝗢𝗏, 𝗥verse, and 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. So shout out to all of our sponsors here on In the Game. Let's go ahead and dive right into it. As aforementioned, we had Bitcoin. If we look at the weekly chart here, quite nice price action. I mean, we got back to 56K levels. It was starting to look a little dicey here. Conviction, the comment section was getting a little bit scared, I would say. But then we saw a pretty nice bounce up to 65. Now we're hovering around 62,900 as I record this video. And, it's playing out kind of just, I think it's pretty typical. We were in an unprecedented time period where we hit all-time highs before the halving. This dip was definitely justified. Some people taking profits, some people getting shaken out of the markets. I even saw an entity that accumulated $1 billion worth of Bitcoin and then sold from 68K to 58K. Like the money that it just didn't make sense. A lot of this dip was definitely a big shakeout, and the retail that has gotten in is definitely feeling a little bit wary, uneasy about the markets. But right now, specifically speaking, I mean, these altcoin deals are still crazy value, and we'll come back up to the top here, but some stuff down 50%, 45% over the monthly time period. So you still have a lot of value accumulations to be had. At the top of the board here, I like Avalanche a lot at these levels. I think Avalanche, you can't go wrong. You're getting exposure to their entire gaming ecosystem. You're getting exposure to Beam. You're getting exposure to Off the Grid, Shrapnel, all these games that are building with subnets. So first and foremost, on the high market caps, if I'm looking at a chain specifically here at the top of the list, I'm going with Avalanche if I'm looking for like a safe high market cap play. But right now, specifically speaking, I mean, the infrastructures are dirt cheap. I mean, super under $1. We have Beam around 2.5 cents, which I still think is very valuable. I think that Ronin is, and a lot of the time I felt like Ronin had gotten away. If you look at the yearly chart, this was around the Binance listing here, like $4.26. At this level, though, at an $890 million market cap, I do think that Ronin is a pretty good buy as of today. But let's just jump into a few updates across some certain projects, and then we will also go through the watch list on AI tokens, individual games, infrastructures that I think are still very good discounts as of today to be able to set yourself up, like I said, for that big wealth transfer that is to come for this cycle. So first and foremost, we have the Mavia Ruby Marketplace going live. So what this is going to do now is the in-game economy now is triggered. Like the in-game economy is now flowing. And as we see here, each day, players can earn a limited amount of Ruby by battling. At launch, they drop 31 limited edition collection skins with a supply of only 500. So as we see here, there's 2,000 addresses that have minted. And then there's also 28% of the total NFTs have been distributed, 4,286 distributed Ruby MP NFTs and total Ruby MP NFTs. So and that's MP is marketplace. So this is as of yesterday. I think that this could bring a lot more attention back to Mavia, which makes me pretty bullish on the token currently. It was just above $4, taking a little bit of a dip here, but I think Mavia is one to watch for the month of May. I'm very close with the team, and I see exactly what they're doing in the background, and I'm very bullish on what the updates are that they have in the tank. Next on the list for me, and it was surprising. The market didn't help, but it was pretty surprising to me to see that Crown didn't really get that big of a push around the Derby. Derby was this last weekend, but I mean, they were hitting it hard out there. As you see, the big Crown logo digitally altered onto the what is it, racetrack, I guess you say. And yeah, they were the official sponsors of the Kentucky Derby. So big shout out to Crown. But more importantly, beyond the Derby's one catalyst that unfortunately with the altcoin market and the sentiment didn't really pump the price. But I think that this is a few dollar token at least. Like, I think we're going to see $2, $3, $4 out of this token this cycle absolutely easily. And at this market cap, we could probably even see higher. And if you take a look here, it's not really on many exchanges. This thing's on BingX, Mexi, CoinX. So this has a lot of room to run. I think once people have a little more access and liquidity, and Crown becomes a little easier to purchase, so to speak. So I love Crown at this stage of the market as well. I also think Citus. Let's go back. Citus and Senate are looking dirt cheap as of today. And these are the type of discounts you want to buy. Like, we want to go look at the 1 month chart here, and we see 33% down, and there's nothing in the ecosystems that have caused these dips. So right now I'm getting in front of these things and I'm stacking up DCAing, adding to the positions that I am bullish on and that I think are going to come through this cycle. Those being Beam, Super, I think 𝗨𝗏𝗡, great DCA today. Obviously, we've talked about Mavia, Crown, Citus. I think that this is a great buy as of today. 34,000 holders. They just did their luxury watch collaboration with Frank Mueller, I think is the brand. Yeah, Frank Mueller. We have Senate listing on Mexi, partnerships with Frank Mueller, Bybit, Superverse, the groundbreaking NFT game concept, the Citus Maze, the new patch releases, the amount of supply burned and compared to the max supply, it's pretty crazy. They've burned 28% of the max supply of Citus and 36% of the max supply of Senate. So both very bullish catalysts there. We have Crypto God John doing a little bit of chart work here on Carrot, which a lot of new tokens I don't really delve into. Obviously, if I can get into one before it hits the market, I'm all in, because if you can get into IDOs, launchpad rounds, private groups, there's many private groups out there, by the way. On top of 𝗨𝗏𝗡, if you're looking to get into launchpad sales, there's so many options out there. My collection here, Nexus, the software product, we actually have a launchpad. Stuff like Steady Stack, Neo Tokyo, Project Gojira. You have these more accessible, lower ticket entry groups to be able to get in and participate in some of these sales. Specifically speaking, Carrot, this was a great opportunity, but the vesting is very generous. So there's a 6-month cliff on most of these rounds, meaning nobody can sell their pre-sale tokens for 6 months. The dips you've been seeing are hooligan holders taking profits on their airdrops. So right now, I think once this sell pressure subsides, I think that Carrot has a nice opportunity, if gaming ticks up, to have a really solid run coming up this summer, I would say would be the timeline. And as he says here, gaming sentiment is dead, but this is a #1 conviction play to me when the gaming hype comes back. And I absolutely agree with that. I think WAGMI Games is a pretty good one. It's been like, I guess that wouldn't have been the best terminology to use. It was buried under the rug, so to speak. And this team has been working so hard with the game, the comic, the new anime teaser that they just put out. And I mean, this one's gotten pummeled over the last month, down 27%. I think that this one, if you've rode with this since the bear, you're still up 2x on your position here. But at $22 million market cap, I think this has so much further to go. And I tweeted this, but I genuinely believe this. I think that their anime looks better than Azuki. Like, I'm not even going to lie. I legitimately think that their anime product that they put out looks cleaner than Azuki. So when you're getting into WAGMI, this is a full-blown entertainment ecosystem, which I absolutely love. I know Becker's bullish on this, for example. So yeah, I can't be more bullish on what they put out here with this anime, and knowing they have something in the tank that's coming soon that I think the holders of WAGMI will be very, very excited about whenever that does come to light. We have Mixmob, a smaller market cap game over on Solana, partnering up with Star Wars. Their Stormtrooper mix bots, as we see here, look pretty sick. I'm a Star Wars nerd, so this definitely resonates with me. But when we look across the board here, I think there's great accumulations. Dubs has definitely taken a huge hit this month, down 40%. Great accumulation. Anyone who bought up playable games around that 10 million market cap level, it's up 20% this week. So shout out to anyone who had some conviction there and bought in. On the GambleFi side, I still like Based. I still like BoxBet a whole lot. I would say those are my top two GambleFi plays when it comes to just specifically that sector. I think Decimated, look, this game on Epic Games, I mean, it is impressive. And to think that this is a $9 million market cap with the quality of game that they have built, it's very, very underrated. I think that on the Solana gaming narrative of all the products, it's one of the best live games. And then it's also so low market cap. I think this has huge potential this cycle to be a major winner underneath Solana. And then kind of going into these low caps, I think Balance AI, even YAI, all these AI tokens have taken massive dips. If I'm out there trying to stack up my gaming and AI bags, this is the best time to do it because we have GPU, OPSEC, Blender, Balance AI, YAI, all these different projects that have taken massive dips. If we go look at the 30 days, a lot of the ones that have taken the biggest hits are AI projects. As we see here, some of these AIs that have just taken huge hits, 36% for Node AI, 34% for Blender. Those are two of my absolute top conviction AI plays. So great time to be stacking across the board. And look, if you're out of liquidity, and don't be ashamed if you are, a lot of people are fully deployed. Like, we take profits throughout to make sure that we're able to buy these dips. And look, if you're not taking profits out of the market, someone else is. Just remember that. Like, there is never too early of a point in time to go in, take some profit off the table, and be able to ride out and have some stables on the side, whether to pay yourself, because always pay yourself when the market produces for you. But number two, you want to have capital for dips like this. But let's say you don't have capital right now on the sideline to deploy. Well, there are many airdrop opportunities coming up, including Lingo Coins. This is a RWA project, gamified RWA. They are doing a big time SocialFi airdrop campaign. Go check it out here on Lingo Coins. This video is absolutely stellar. And I think that this one's going to, I mean, their raise is like a $110 million market cap. So in my opinion, this one's going to be a massive launch and a massive win for anyone that comes through here and farms. And the airdrop farming groups that really go hard on these things, they think that this is going to be just as big as Portal. And I'm not telling you it's going to be, but this has SocialFi potential like crazy. We have Metalcore. So Metalcore is one of the cleanest looking games out there, in my opinion. And when we see their closed beta 2.5 is now open, from now until May 14th, you have a chance to be eligible for their upcoming token airdrop as well. This is definitely one of the most polished Web3 games out there at this moment in time. One of the things you've probably seen on your Twitter timeline is Fantasy Top. The airdrop claim window closes here in 24 hours, guys, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the 7th. You can go get your free and discounted packs. This is one of the hottest ecosystems out there right now, and it's on Blast, a new chain. A lot of people are getting a bunch of Blast gold by participating here. It's definitely the biggest product on Blast right now. So there's some stuff that you can go do with no liquidity. Like, you don't have to have anything, no investment into these things. We always are out here trying to get you guys the best DCAs, the best positions, the best projects to get into, but also the best opportunities to stack for free, which airdrops provide, and some of these unique opportunities like Fantasy Top. By the way, FriendTech just did their launch, their airdrop. I didn't even use FriendTech that much, and I got a little bit of a bag there. So pretty solid all around. You want to be able to take advantage of all aspects of the market, you know, trading, DCAing, spot buys, but then on top of that, being able to take advantage of these airdrops, which are there for the halving. Like that sounds weird because of the Bitcoin halving. They are there for the taking. And you just need to go get your share of those airdrops because somebody's going to get paid off these airdrops. So it might as well be you. And then last but not least, shout out to all of our sponsors here on In the Game. We have Vulcan Forge. Rebel cars will be every car fanatic's dream come true. Forget just stunning graphics. The lifelike mechanics in this one will blow your mind even more. And I mean, this team behind Rebel cars, it's crazy, crazy quality that they're pushing out. So really excited to eventually jump into this game from their ecosystem. And then they have their Vulcan 4 conference coming up. 𝗙𝗟𝗓𝗡𝗅, George from 𝗩𝗟𝗧𝗥𝗢 are some of the speakers here. And this is going to be over in London in June for the Vulcan 4 conference. We have Ultra teasing their a new weapon, it looks like here, in the Project Citadel first-person shooter that they're producing. I've been saying for a while, this title could be what opens the floodgates and really gives Ultra that spotlight if they nail it. And the game is looking great. The weapons, the scenery, it's very polished already. So shout out to Ultra. I'm super stoked about what they're building here with Project Citadel. It's going to be, it's by veterans from Blizzard, Ubisoft, Epic Games. And this is releasing this year exclusively on Ultra. And then last but not least, we have Dreams Quest, which did an interesting collaboration here, a little bit of a entertainment music crossover. They did a podcast with Jason Derulo on the road featuring Dreams Quest and 𝗡𝗢𝗄𝗡. So you can actually go over here and listen on Spotify as well. It looks like they posted a Loom link. So you can actually go check this out. Pretty interesting, and just seeing, like I said, Dreams Quest, they've persevered this bear, and I need to go listen to this personally just to kind of see what this is all about. But, Jason Derulo is an interesting collaboration. So shout out to Dreams Quest and shout out to all of our sponsors here on In the Game. And look, a couple things before we hop out of here. Yes, I am bullish on a lot of the quality same tokens right now, but that's exactly how you're going to win in this market. Right now is not the time to add shit coins to your portfolio, for lack of a better term, right? I'm not meme coining right now very much. I got a few positions. Foxy is my main one on Linea, but this is not the time to be adding crap to your portfolio. Consolidate into quality, ride that quality up, and then you can play with some of those profits in smaller coins when the time comes, because altcoins are not hitting that on all cylinders right now. You have time to be able to accumulate those lower market caps, those underrated projects that could give you huge gains in the full-blown bull. But right now, altcoins aren't even getting that liquidity on the top side. So stack up your quality. That's exactly what I'm doing right now. And I'm always going to give you the transparent playbook, exactly how I'm playing the markets, when I'm getting in, and of course, the parts of the market where I'm taking profit, because I want to help you guys win just as bad as I want to win in this market. And if you're following In the Game, you're going to win this cycle. Like the video, subscribe down below. I will see you guys on the next one. We're going to be coming out with multiple shows this week, some fun stuff, maybe an updated tier list, because I know you guys love the tier list. So we will see you guys on the next one. As always, play well, my friends.